squares, 18 inches by 2 inches high by 2 inches wide. So the purpose of this is to get an accurate and careful calibrated chart of what the compressed charcoal will give you so that you can anticipate that when you're drawing. So I'm going to start with the darkest white. I'm going to leave number 1, and 9 is going to be the darkest that the compressed charcoal can make. Compressed charcoal is a lot darker than vine charcoal, and the trick is to put it on in an even way. Covering up the white of the page. And bringing it right up to the square that it abuts. All right, that's number 9. Can't get darker than that. So in order to calculate and to make even steps throughout, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the middle. And I'm going to calibrate just by, in a way, guessing, like what would a mid-tone look like? In other words, how can I make something that's even between the very dark number 9 and white? And I'm trying to do this as evenly as possible. And if I pull back a little bit, I can think maybe that's acceptable. So now I'm going to go to number 3, and I'm going to make that lighter. I'm trying to get it between what would be white and what would be this medium. Perhaps that looks pretty good. In the meantime, let me come to number 7 here. Definitely darker than number 5. Obviously not as dark as number 9. Now I think I'll tackle number 2. There's different ways of drawing with charcoal. So if I'm trying to calibrate something that's very light, I might be wise to use my eraser so that I can unify the material and control it a little better. Or I can use my stump that also pulls the material together, and it gives you a more solid tone. And I think I'll do that throughout. And you kind of have to be a little bit consistent about this, because the white of the page showing through is what's making the charcoal dark, unless I use my stump, and then I can use that to blend the value more consistently. So I continue to work on this until I find that I have as evenly paced steps as I possibly can. This requires a lot of going back and forth, squinting your eyes, using both the eraser and the stump. I see that there's still like a big jump between number 4 and number 5, so I continue to adjust it, moving back and forth until I get something that feels like it approximates even steps. And I keep this value chart near me when I'm drawing so I can look down to see what I'm looking at and to say to myself, oh, that looks like a number 7 or that looks like a number 3. It's very helpful in drawing.